And we indeed have already the small finals for the tier 2 bracket. And let's get just straight into it. It's gonna be the Iron Eagles with NiteNite Stream and Scoped from the south side on Eindhoven. This yet again. With the double Soviets versus Aljosa and Jhiaxus. From the northern side with the Axis, with Aljosa as the OKW and Jhiaxus as the Austria. And there will be actually a tier 1 here for Scoped. So we're gonna see some sniper maybe. Well, it's gonna be conscripts in the castle side for NiteNite. So I would have rather expected that other way around, to be honest. But it is what it is, I'd say. And yeah, it's gonna be conscripts as well for Scoped. Meanwhile, Jhiaxus already with his MG42. And Aljosa straight on his way into the castle side. And yeah, we have some early doctrinal choices here as well from the allies. And straight away in here, the Soviet Shock Army and NKVD Rifle Disruption Tactics with the AT Overwatch and the Commissar. Scoped on the open, of course. And yeah, it's a 2v1 here for the Sturm Pioneer. Seems like it, that. And we're gonna be victorious here in that engagement in the end. The help of the Kübel, obviously. So yeah, that's decent engagement after all. For Aljosa. Meantime, Scope just setting himself up. Ammunition. Possibly no coming in for the cast side as well. There will be Aljosa early on with the decap of the fuel here. So that's a good start, I'd say, for Team BOBER. There will be the sniper for Scoped here, for dealing with Jhiaxus as the Austria. This brings in another Grenadier. I guess not. Gotta collect some units here. Hang for some big push. Getting his hands back on the fuel side, I'd say. But yeah, the sniper already putting in some work here for the allies. Time. Might be coming around here from the other side. Instead of using the flamer, punch through Aljosa's lines here. And Jhiaxus will be coming in with the big push here. Backing himself up. The MG, obviously. And now we have the flamer coming in. The conscript nearby, so eventually Aljosa has to fall back. So does Scope, who finds himself the MG42 here in the end. Now yet again with another conscript. We have 2 kills so far, not doing too bad. And we will have the first mine of the day from NiteNite. Castle side VP. Unless we missed the mine here, maybe from Jhiaxus or somewhere. Can adopt that one. So the engineer's gonna fall back for some healing. Yeah, that will mean that NiteNite indeed, with the shocks now, will lack here though some combat power. And it's gonna be straight away the Minesweeper for Aljosa, so that's good play here, I'd say, in the end. Scouting that mine, sweeping it off straight away. But also scoped here with the play at the cutoff. Disconnecting now the few of the axes for a brief moment. Meanwhile, people will be repaired for capping back the VP. Yeah, this indeed scope now, trying to set up some mines, but it won't be unnoticed here, so able to finish that one. Jhiaxus is coming in already, cancelling mine here, getting back in his ammunition. Sniper rather defensive, though with 5 kills. And missile is ready. The scoop might wanna have it here in the end. There is as well the 2-2, so there's the attack actually for scope, so he might actually go first for this gun. Looks like that. 2-2 with some friendly fire. Big OKW wave is coming in for Aljosa. He is gonna make it out eventually, or not. Sure, with the misplay, but falling back here too deeply. And the conscript is indeed gonna live in the end. There's a con and the shocks behind, obviously. So rather low, hiding themselves here. And get this gun. The end here. Scoped. And it's Aljosa with the Sturm Officer here, the 7th minute. Sure, dodging the grenade in the very last moment, not straight walking into it, I'd say. Yes, we'll get back his fuel here eventually. Of course, the officer is there, setting up some new sandbags. Getting in next here, just straight away in time. Pretty well here, getting out his T70, I'd say, at the 9th minute. That's alright. 70 always somewhat comes late, and there goes the 2-2. Jhiaxus. So that's a decent kill here. For scoped, I'd say. Getting rid of that light vehicle here, providing quite the amount of sight here for the axis. So now both Kübel and the 2-2 being gone already. Shocks with the smoke nade. The idea here from NiteNite, and straight away forcing away the MG42. Being able to decap, of course, the middle VP. And T70's out as well, just coming straight away in here. Between the middle. Possibly go any side eventually. And there is the tier 3 and the shocks come in. So NiteNite realized the precious target here, should be able to destroy it. Yes. Here it goes. That's a little setback here for Aljosa, who played from NiteNite. coming in here for the cutoff. It's definitely worth the attack eventually. Taking here the opportunity. Yeah, so we'll get anyway straight away. Come in with another SWS. Yeah, it's gonna delay in the end his obers, I'm afraid. Or the P4. Meantime, Scope's far doing pretty well on the open with the sniper. We get the decap here yet again for the fuel, but obviously so does Aljosa. 10x away here with the sniper. Captain is there though, as well for the T-70. And we also have the AA for scope, rather late, but definitely a good unit to have. So there cannot be any skill plans in this match, but possibly reconnaissance overflight for Jhiaxus. It's sort of likely to happen unless he's gonna go for the German mechanized.
The enemy is taking what we have secured. The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Next now with his counter-attack and another 2-2. That's gonna delay any armor of his. I would say X overall with the little advantage in terms of the resources. Like the VPs. And there will be, in the end, salvage his world for the Kübel, bringing back in some fuel. For losing the Schwer, which is now set up in the base. For some more safety, I guess. The snares as well now for NiteNite in the castle side. So he's prepared for anything.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts can now throw molotovs.
Some fresh repairs coming in. The grenade or Yosha making it out to safety yet again. The sniper putting still some decent bleed here on Jhiaxus. He's not really interested in counter sniping, it seems. Yeah. Yosha yet again bringing in the numbers here. And yet again for the fuel, but oh, there might be a dead unit here. Yes, it is. So that's a nice wipe here. Eventually. For NiteNite. And Scope will be going with NiteNite, his fellow teammate here yet again for the cutoff from Jhiaxus, and I'm afraid he's gonna get it in the end. Tech 40 is some real danger here. Connecting one shot, but getting decrued here, I'm afraid. Might be actually going for the capture. It seems he's even gonna try, but now the T-70 is also gonna come in, possibly. That's some very nice coordination here from the Iron Eagles. Scope is gonna try to take down Factory for his own price, but failing it bad, so it's gonna be eventually the Zis gun. Finish off the Pack 40, I guess. As it does, so that's quite the loss for Jhiaxus. Yoshi's calling in just everything he got. To save here his fellow teammate, but I'm afraid it's too late. Trophies has been taken by the allies. There's also this barrage for the Raketen though. Not dealing enough damage, I guess, for scaring Aljosa away. Scope is already back on track. Sniper's ready. We just get another model here for the BOBER. So that will be BOBER sent back to the base yet again. Meanwhile, scoped here with the play at the cutoff. There's the rifle grenade. There will be the Molotov for Jhiaxus. Makes it just straight away back to the base. And it will be NiteNite coming back for his side of the map eventually after some decent actions here on the other side. And NiteNite setting up for the next tier already. Wanna get an 85 here eventually, but for now doesn't have the fuel. Actually going for switch 70, and there's a wipe now by Aljosa in return. The infiltration grenade assault, yes. This gun is also somewhat in danger, but 70 is behind. So the shocks being able to finish off the Fox Reindeer here on the run. Oh, there's gonna be House on the T-70, and there goes the T-70, I'm afraid, from NiteNite. It's definitely quite the loss here in the end for the allies. We're still struggling with the fuel income, I'd say, overall. That's somewhat the issue here for them, for competing with the Axis. So there will be scope coming in now back for the fuel side here in the castle. Meantime, they at least secure themselves also a VP. That is quite important here for also bleeding not too much in terms of the VPs early on. Really be getting like that fuel, and the P4 from Jhiaxus is facing already double this gun, so it's not too easy. It's coming out, but they're just moving forward into it. But the bad 3 shocks, of course, with quite the damage. But yeah, there is the P4 as well. NiteNite also with the double ZIS coming in. Acting straight away, 2 penetrations. They're calling the attack off, of course. The engine boost. That's fun with 10 kills. And another grenade, but just gonna make it out yet again. Folks are gonna fall back. And there will be late T-34 for scoped. I guess NiteNite will be just waiting for, I guess, the 85 here. Again, very late. Probably past 20 minutes. And there's of course ATO or what, so that turned out to be very useful in the end. And yet again also coming back for the fuel of Jhiaxus. And NiteNite successfully defending the fuel, I'd say. The guns are ready as well. Shocks are coming back in. Sniper with 26 kills as well. Oh, Aljosa will be coming in. No. Body cutoff. And yes, NiteNite be falling back yet again. This group is quite in danger, but picks it out very alive. And there will be scoped here, 48, BT-34. These guns are lining up as well. Pioneer fall back as well. But there might be another decap here for the allied fuel in return. But yeah, scoped here. Over for some decent actions. Helping out his teammate. Secure back the castle fuel side, I guess. Making here the difference in the end. Engineer gets wiped by the P4s. That's rather annoying for the allies. I gotta be careful here. Oh, they're indeed the Zis guns with the double connect to the P4. We have the tier 3 tag now for Jhiaxus. But I guess allies will make it now slowly back into the game, it seems like it. Getting out their units somewhat. Scoped there, another conscript. He lost one. And we have the 85 of course from NiteNite. We're almost getting wiped here. The more fortunate end for Aljosa getting away with that unit here. NiteNite was just the very one engineer being sent to the combat though, so there are no repairs for him. And Aljosa free out Man Panther for dealing with the 85. We have rather very late 120 now for NiteNite. I scoped. Trying to get into this side EP yet again, and there is the left from Jhiaxus, so there is the 152mm artillery strike, so I guess allies will actually indeed have some counter for the left, so we gotta find somewhat some side here for the artillery. Yeah, indeed lacking the scouting plane for that. They somewhat have to send a unit over there, clearing off that target. NiteNite with the smoke grenade to save himself here from the P4. He's indeed trying to drone attack. The shocks. Is getting repaired as well. Yes, Scoop will be coming in yet again for the VP on the left. Fox on the run, but indeed allies are low on VPs by now. 20s coming in for the middle door. Still putting the pleat upon Aljosa, but there's the big flank from Jhiaxus. From scope to Jhiaxus, of course. Finishing off yet again the Pack 40. Patton finds the 85 yet again. And is coming in, though there's the double assist. Then that will be just as fine. Obviously counter barrage. Aljosa 4120. So no success here at all, I'm afraid.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Indeed, AT Overwatch will be ready very soon. That might be going for a zoo now, or maybe just doubling down on the 85 for dealing with the infantry from the OKW. And they're quite low here in HP, but they're with
Enemy forces
move the office units, going for the retreat, but 120 almost with the finish off for the Pioneer. Which are luckily just surviving that one. The sniper still very well and alive, I guess. 41 kills by now. Left some kills overall, but I guess scope will be coming in now for the left maybe, but or not. It's just gonna try to flank the MG here, getting out the Molotov. The scope with another 85 with the medium tank.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Sniper with some decent bleed. On Jhiaxus, it's really struggling with that unit. Good shot from the 85. He was just coming in from the middle VP. It again, Jhiaxus with the VP bleed here overall. Funny.
G34 standing by.
Trying to stop that. I guess we're not gonna get the cap here in the end, so that might actually make the difference here in the end. And that will be back for the Castle VP yet again. Snipers back in the middle.
Under attack.
And leak. Another barrage. 4120. Not too well. For now. Yes, 120 now with the counter barrage. Second 85 is out. All medium tanks still alive, so that's very well played here for both teams. Conscript coming in. Just Grenadier. Another left barrage sword. There will be 52mm true strike on the MG. It seems Jhiaxus is not realizing. So that's 42 just finished off. Ammunition is gone for scope, but I guess it's still a decent wipe here. And in the end, we're losing here. This AA though. No planes for Jhiaxus with their doctrine, just bringing in spotting scopes. So I guess it doesn't hurt as much as it could. But yeah, of course AA is quite helpful here for defending as well. Double this gun is ready with the 85. Making both shots and finishing off the P4. So I guess it's a decent kill here from NiteNite, helping out his very teammate. Make the difference here for Scope getting his hands on now for the Hillside VP, I'd say. But yeah, they're gonna be, I'm afraid, below 100 VPs. This depends indeed now for dealing with the T-34, but gonna struggle here as well. Just with the infantry engagements. And now putting some good work here on middle VP with 7 kills already. He's also out. Fencing off, of course, Aljosa from the area VP, fuel side, and possibly the VP as well. And so trying to get that 2-2, but not successful at that. He's just coming in as well here for the left, but he doesn't mind getting left too much. Could be the snare here. Oh, no snare. For that. The polygon, no. Going back. It seems RAM is getting cancelled for some reason. Now we have quite the wasted 80 Overwatch. It seems. No snare at all, so that's quite the ammunition gone for scoped, I'm afraid. But allies now with the triple VP lead for the first time, I guess. Left still VAT 0. So that's not gonna help too much. Can actually kill that 85 by now. Oh, there is the snare. This now 80 Overwatch would have been useful. I'm afraid about that. It's too late. Bomber's out. That's gonna be the unit here for the Axis, I'd say, for controlling the middle VP, possibly. Also the allies with the double caddy. It's gonna be yet again the grenades. Finishing off another conscript from NiteNite. It's not looking too great for him. Losing another highly vetted unit of his. And I guess there will be yet again a triple VP domination from the Axis. So acquiring that Stuka. I guess somewhat of a decent tool here in the end now. Conscripts sent home here. 85's coming in though. Being able to deal though any damage at all.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
And a with the dive here for the caddy. Allies not realizing. So trying to come in for the VP here on the other side though.
Shock troops have arrived.
We have now 23 kills. That's already. guess finished off some units here in the allies. Yeah, the T-34 has been lost as well, I'm afraid. Previously, so that's gonna be Su-85 for scoped for dealing with the bomber, so there won't be any ramming. Yeah, Jhiaxus with the spotting scope, having here the side for the open side as well.
You need Panther support.
That will be coming in again for the castle VP. It seems that in the middle is quite open. It's the triple Zis gun with the double bounce. Finding infantry though, where's the Stuka? Maybe with the counter barrage. Going 4120 instead, I guess.
We are down to our last 25
There
points.
too, and allies very low on DPs, it seems. Formation grenades coming in yet again. This NiteNite makes it out just in time. This gun's already in the middle. Go back. That was forcing back. Sturm Pioneer in the end. Sniper still alive though, with 68 kills, so that's some decent effort here from Scoped. And it's 80 Overwatch yet again for some reason. And the 2-2-2. Oh, this is not getting the shot out here, I'm afraid.
We are losing supply.
2-2-2 is gonna live yet again.
34 ready for combat. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
NiteNite. 152mm team strike here at the VP, but it's still gonna go for that cap here, the one model. Great.
Another infantry squad.
This will get in triple VP cap here yet again.
The enemy is about to defeat us. We have only 10 points
That's the
remaining.
RAM, I guess. Or still
Lost one of our armored
somehow. But it's game, I'm afraid. Allies too late here with their final push, so first game goes to the BOBERs. Which the effort here in the end. Some nice VP lead overall, bringing in the win here. Straight away before 40 minutes. And Aljosa was throwing in some units for that. At 5 P4 with 46 kills, doing very greatly as well. And for the allies, yeah, some fresh shocks in the end for the others being lost. I guess the 120 with some very decent efforts as well overall, but I'm afraid coming in too late. Same as the 85s, lacking a little bit of the fuel here in the game though. Sniper with 69 kills, doing quite well as well. Oh, yes, Scope not doing too bad here, KD-wise versus the Austria with the sniper, but yeah, NiteNite having a quite tough time in the Casa side overall. Also, KD's 40X is looking very well, pretty good overall for this match, and at some point, I guess, Scope. And yeah, Scope throwing in some unity in the end for trying to turn around the game. That's reasonable. And as you can see, always the Axis bring in their armor a little bit sooner than the allies with the few advantage, so that being quite the issue here as well for the allies eventually. And yeah, once held, I guess. Aljosa being quite dominant on his side of the map, being often able to get his hands on castle side fuel, I guess. And of course the VP. Okay. So, let's see for the next game. Maybe it's up already. Just check that out, I guess. Well, I'm probably gonna reboot anyway. But yeah, we can have a look at that already. Of course. Alright, game 2. It is. Now with the BOBERs from the south side, being Jhiaxus in the castle side with the allies, and Aljosa on the open as the British versus Saltman as the Austria, and NiteNite as the OKW in the castle side, bringing out Ox Grenadier, so no Cube is acquired, and there will be the peanuts for Jhiaxus in the end, I guess. Just gonna set up the score as well. Well, the game is just coming in. Of course, the obers based on the music as well. With the lead here in the game 1, being victorious after all. And yeah, let's see how game 2 is gonna be going. Maybe the Iron Eagles with a comeback. We'll see about that one. They have, I guess, the advantageous spawn here on Eindhoven. So they might be able to capitalize that one here as the Axis, I guess. It's gonna be, I guess, a VP lead here already early on for the Axis possibly. NiteNite not too interested compared to Aljosa in the last game for the allied fuel here. Yeah, something off, I guess. Very aggressive here, and straight away directing to the allied ammo cutoff somewhat. And Pioneers might be coming in here from behind. Or just hiding, yeah, I guess gonna be hiding. Defending the VP. Which makes it behind the MG though, there's the Pioneers, I guess. They will fence off that section here eventually. Being also supported by the crew here, and section being here somewhat in danger as well. We're losing no further models, but instead section getting somewhat pinned down here for a brief moment. Saltman is not gonna follow up upon that. Jhiaxus in the meantime sent back home. But yeah, it seems like that's not too interested here in decapping the fuel for now. Yeah, the UC already with the upgrade. NG is somewhat in danger here. Quite low already, now down to one model, but almost getting out the house here. So being able to get his hands back here. On the MG as well. This is Grenadiers and will be bunker for healing as well. For the Oster. This is coming back and straight away. I can make some work here. MG40, but almost dies here in the end eventually, but Aljosha, the big flank here, quite dangerous going in with that one yet again. Would just lose the UC if the Gren would have focused and penetrated straight away. But yeah, NiteNite is there to help out. And Jhiaxus getting now in the VP, though being sent back home straight away here from NiteNite. Might just come back for his cutoff, I guess, though there's another penal coming in for the middle. Looking straight into the Volkssturm gears, and he's gonna win that engagement here in the end, most likely. Yeah, looking quite like it. Saltman on his VP for the first time, next to his very fuel, but Jhiaxus probably not even able to decap, just falling back straight away. We have yet again some decent mining from the Iron Eagles. Also already some nice attempts on doing that one in the last match. Paying here the attention to the details, I guess. And you see he's back in.
The AT gun you ordered is ready.
So far the Axis with indeed a decent start. Maybe that's gonna be just the comeback they needed in the end. Alpina and Volkssturm. It's going well for Jhiaxus here. Though NiteNite with the play and the idea here going straight away for the deep cutoff, so I guess Jhiaxus will get his hands here on the VP yet again, but being in return though cut off here from his own fuel. In the mine on the retreat. Could be engineer down here for Jhiaxus, though he's gonna make it out very alive. So now finding himself another mine here from NiteNite. Put some real effort into that one. And there is also the leak already for NiteNite, so that's very decent as well. 6-pounders ready though. 42-2. Oh, yes. Saltman not committing here enough. But there's the Grenadier finishing off eventually from NiteNite the UC, so good job here from NiteNite. Bring in the crucial support here for finishing off the unit, and thus Saltman being able here to make it safely out of the engagement, I guess. Not having to risk his 2-2 too much. The 8-minute 70 is also very decent, of course, for the allies. But yeah, and also with the Raketen already, having quite the fortunate army composition out by this very moment, that specific timing as well. There will be also a mortar pit from Aljosa, but Leak is out already for, I guess, some possible counter barraging here. The smoke's coming in. Yeah, engineer here right behind NiteNite, who's in return, I guess, just trying to go for the fuel, but would be too deep. And he's behind, so and he's gonna fall back. Taking the 9 though on the retreat, so it's pretty decent. Setting up, finding another shot here. And let's find another one. No, it doesn't. Yeah, NiteNite yet again flanking here the mortar pit. So the brace is being quiet here from Aljosa. Maybe, yeah, the Leak is coming in to follow up on that one. Jhiaxus not able really to help with the T-70. And here, too damaged in the end. I guess there will be... There's actually not the ammunition for another incendiary. But yeah, the Leak's ready though. Going for the mortar pit, and Race is still on cooldown, I guess. And Pioneer will be also coming in the meantime. Jhiaxus, I guess. Can use some pressure upon the castle side, though in return it's gonna be the kill here for Saltman with the mortar pit, so yeah. Aljosa with quite some losses here already. The 10th minute mark, but was turn, I guess, the allies at least with some good map control in the castle side. Yeah, Aljosa is in the mobile sword regiment, so his response is gonna be the commandos eventually that be the play here, bringing back on his feet on the open side somewhat. Time NiteNite. Let's back his hands here on the ammunition. It's connecting a shot with the Raketen. Oh yeah, Aljosa's Jonas just finding himself here, the AA next to the middle leaf here. Thus he's really very back into his base here.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So we'll see E4, I guess, somewhat soon. Also for NiteNite. Also got himself another landmine here. Very decent efforts of him here. Bring in some security and defenses for the VPs, especially compared to the last match. So in this match, just the Axis dominance in Eindhoven from the northern spawn. Similar to the first match, I guess, and it's also gonna be the officers sending back home the peanuts. Yeah, T-70 is coming back in yet again. Finish off here the Grenadier. Not success, I'm afraid. And yeah, T-70 is snared, though there's a follow-up ATG for real. So I guess T-70 is gonna make it out very alive. Jhiaxus with the regular mortar being out by now, rather late as well. With the back tack, I guess. And just in as this gun as well. So NiteNite for the first time here, coming in for the allied fuel. Yeah. Let's see the first commando play here. But I guess Saltman realized a brief moment. Commandos being actually spotted here. Reeling themselves. So I guess Saltman is very aware now. The potential threat here from the commandos in the open. Might get snared. Oh, just makes it barely alive out of the engagement. Also the ground attack, but 2 is already by far gone. This gun is not ready for dealing with the AA, but the AA is rather defensively being placed here. And I guess it's coming back in with lots of grenadiers now. League barraging somewhere, actually finding the commandos. No surprise. It's interesting. Lucky barrage here from NiteNite. Some serious consequences for Aljosa. Lead. Actually even hit that landmine. Oh, gets Fox Trinity actually in the end with some decent hits here. There is the sand tower for Aljosa to bring in something, I guess, but there will be the BOBER already coming in as well here. 15 minutes. That's quite the decent timing as well here for Saltman. It's also very well prepared here for the Centaur with 2 Pack 40s. It's gonna be the late Centaur versus the double Pack 40 and the BOBER. It's not really optimal for the British player. NiteNite coming in yet again for the middle. Just wanna push the mortar here. Instead going for the cutoff. Aljosa. So obviously is snared, but safe and well. Yeah, has been achieved here from NiteNite. Be actually not just going for Panther, it seems. Also is of course lacking the manpower, but bring in the very recently built Obers, I guess. He's not interested in the P4, but possibly just, I guess, the Command Panther early on, and Jhiaxus will be going, I guess, for the KV2. 2 is in danger, Saltman realizing. Oh, and BOBER coming in. A nice shot here. A heavy flank. A shot, though, not being able to finish off at a 6-pounder, but NiteNite is behind. We're calling off the attack again. Trying though to find somewhat T-70 in the base, carrying off Jhiaxus. BOBER is looking for something. Saltman so far very well into the match. And the Axis with definitely some decent map control, you could say. No snare, I guess. Saltman now. Just saving some ammunition. Oh, I guess it's obvious. There must be the double pack 40 somewhere behind. Yeah, Commandos revealed early on. Bombers there. I guess Commandos gonna make it into the combat here. And NiteNite back in the cast side, forcing away the Maxim. Bomber quite low, but double Pioneers from the Austria already. I guess we'll be soon back into combat as well. And with NiteNite with a lot of fuel, he might be also just going for the KT by now. But it is the Command Panther, it seems. Yeah, that would be a decent surprise here for Jhiaxus, I guess. Tank down that T-70 early on with the mark. Meantime, I guess Aljosa trying to find, I guess, his way back into the game somehow. Finding the Raketen from NiteNite. Afraid Aljosa will be just forced here to prepare his Centaur yet again, not really being able to bring the unit into combat at all. And looking for a target. 6-pounders ready though. There is no sight upon Rumba though. Commandos is gonna come around now. And didn't see that one, I guess. Straight away falling back here with the Brumba. And we have a Panzerwerfer as well. Saltman is quite confident about that one. It's for the very reason of the Centaur being out, so there's probably not any soon a comet or something he's having to deal with. Or any diving unit threatening the Bomber. Yeah. Goes on the run. Turning around with the 6-pounder. Time NiteNite are coming in for the middle. Being able to connect the shot here. The T-70. Double assist barrage sword as well. So I guess Jhiaxus able to get his hands on the middle VP though. Allies already quite low on VPs. I'm afraid gonna be below 100 very soon. And Panther's coming in for the Centaur though. Back here eventually. There is smoke barrage though, but now we're really close here. Too scared though to finish off the AT, and there is the engine damage though. Pioneers are coming in, and I guess Aljosa is getting scared here in the end. Losing though one of his 6-pounders, I'm afraid. Not really trying here to trade himself the ATGs for the Brumba, so Brumba's gonna be alive, but it's gonna be one 6-pounder down here for Aljosa. And there is the Cromwell, I guess. Definitely need a unit or something here for making it back into the match, I guess. And at least the KV2, there's no mark. KV2 could turn around maybe that match here eventually. Yeah, it's gonna turn it now before it's too late. But far back, just some repairs and
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
two eventually dies here. 2d6 pounder. But yeah, who knows, maybe KV2 could be the unit for turning around that match.
Enemy is down to 75 points.
Right. I'm low. Some fuel ready yet again. I just bring in something. Mr. Werfer trying to catch the section, though. Action was pretty well. Yeah, KV2 will secure indeed the middle. It's gonna be the forward repairs for the axis as well. Yeah, for now it's gonna be the Axis VPs ticking down again. Good Pack 40 though with the connection, in danger, getting wiped, and will just barely surviving here. It was coming in though, with some aid here in the open. We're going very dangerously forward. Spawners ready, making another shot. Oh, there is the armored Skirts now in the end. Take a while to be repaired yet again. So the Pack 40s here coming in. That might be going now again for the cast aside, since Jhiaxus here with heavy forces in the middle. Pack 40s is turning around, finishing though off the Grenadier here, the Saltman. I guess trying to find something here, but able to find anything, but yeah. Going down, that's I guess decent start for Aljosa to make it back into the match. Now with the commandos coming in yet again. Combo is prepared. Wolf is ready though. And the Panthers just quickly in the middle. To go in quite deep. Able to finish off their captain. And Werfer, oh, decent barrage though. It's gonna live in the end. Yes, it's gonna be the crumble dive here, maybe for the Bumbo, though fails in the end. And the tower trades itself for the Pack 40, I'm afraid. Yeah. Gotta be some effort here for turning around the game. Cromwell now with the deep dive, though. It's the Grenadier behind. Saltman will get out the snare here as well, so I'm afraid that's dead Cromwell as well. Let's just finish it off with the bomber or the ground attack. Yes, it goes. Well, there's another Cromwell ready, I guess. Might be able to help. Gets the Brumba actually in the end, but yeah, that's a lot of armor lost here for that one. Guess something will be going for the elephant instead by now. And already almost the resources for that one. We're dealing with the KV2 in the middle. Yeah, I guess at least taking out the Brumba is worth something. Yusha might be just bringing in possibly another Cromwell. Hands out though. 70 with the decap in the middle. The Panther's ready. Going straight in. But 70 is gonna live. Here with some kills as well. There's another Würfel barrage. Finding Kino. Using it back.
Reconnaissance flight set to go.
Yeah, Lusha with quite the losses. It'll be tough for him to find his way back into the game. And yeah, we'll be coming yet again in for the castle VP. Some infiltration grenades here. NiteNite though, not finding any target. The elephant is ready as well for the middle. It's finishing off T70. But realizing here the threat in the elephant. Of course, Saltman. The overflight. Jhiaxus now also with S85. So it's to help you from fencing off elephant. Oh, nice barrage mission of actually both of the Zis guns. Wow. That's quite painful for Jhiaxus. Very nice Stuka barrage. Really putting some effort into this match here. I guess Stuka can indeed make the difference here. If you get somewhat lucky and aim for the right targets. And so we'll bring in it again, the VP here on the hilltop. He's almost getting wiped to trying to repair. And we're aiming for the Maxim and Panther. Finding the landmine. Engine damage. But yeah, I'm afraid they will not be able to get their hands back on any VP. So that's probably game, yes, it's game for the allies. The Iron Eagles here with the comeback as well. With the axes, I guess. And we're gonna have, of course, the game free anyway, regardless of result, but the score's gonna be 1-1. And let's have a look at the statistics, I guess. Heavy 2 doing some good job. Almost the comeback here for the allies, being already very low on VPs, but it was in the end too late. And of course Aljosa with the heavy casualties committing, of course, here at Saltman, trying to turn around the game for himself with the deep dive, failing at that, I'm afraid, losing all his armor. In time, yes, Saltman losing the Brumba in the end, but of course with a very stable army still into the combat, with the Panzerwürfe as well. And yeah, then we have NiteNite with the Command Panther, bring in some sight. Some decent Stuka barrages with the AA as well. For dealing with any planes, so I'm afraid there are none in this match, but still, I guess it's a good tool to have for defending yourself. Weak with some decent actions as well here in the end, and yeah. Yes, also with some casualties, I guess, with one folks already lost, but definitely decent stats for his infantry here in the end. And yeah, overall stats wise, Aljosa rather struggling here with the KD against the Offtail, which is somewhat natural, I'd say. And Jhiaxus is actually doing quite well with the Soviets and the penals. Or it is penals at conscripts, so with conscripts obviously would be a far better KD here, but yeah. Quite even stats overall though. And yes, as you can see, Allies always sort of behind, also behind in terms of the resources, the VP. Game not going too well for them overall. Yes, NiteNite with some casualties, then it's about quite even, and Jhiaxus with the KV2 back into the game, but then at the very end, Aljosa committing for the final push, losing all his army, I'm afraid, basically, and thus I guess the X is just cashing in the win in the end. And yes, guess we gotta wait a moment for the game 3 here as well, since we're gonna have to choose another map now, obviously. And yeah, points held wise, yeah, as you can see also, X is rather dominant in the game too. And I guess I'm gonna leave it for now like this. Gonna update the score, of course, all the new viewers, so they know what's the state of the series right now, obviously. And I guess we will play as well some music. Now, of course, for the Iron Eagles of the Germans here. Taking in, I guess, the win with the comeback into the series, equalizing the score. And yes, later on, I hope we're gonna be watching Pioneer Team Without a Pioneer versus Tier Remnants. I hope that's gonna happen today. With Tier Remnants obviously being Toton and Young Rudra. I hope they're aware of that. I think the green team is gonna be up, that's for sure. But yeah. I'm not sure if the series is gonna be finished in time, or maybe it's gonna be finished way before. We will see about that later, I guess. And for now, yes, as I said, play, I guess, some music. Guess it's gonna be some Rammstein for the Germans. Saltman is very fond of that, at least. So game 3. Saltman with the Austria. And NiteNite with the OKW as the Iron Eagles versus the BOBERs with Jhiaxus as the Soviet, with his fellow teammate here being Aljosa with the British. Facing now indeed in the game 3 here. Second match as the Allies, of course. Now NiteNite with the OKW instead of Saltman. Saltman straight away with the MG, of course, following up with a Grenadier. This time, obviously, Jhiaxus against the Austria instead with the conscripts. So, no more penals in the game 3, it seems. Changing his strategy entirely, I guess, from the very beginning.
This territory is ours.
NiteNite, it seems to be very similar, no Kubel,
Ready for action.
as Folks Grenadiers, but the Overwatch, it seems. It's the Brits, okay. It's definitely interesting choice.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command
It
post.
face some commandos, actually. The Vanguard operations. It's quite costly here. And there will be the trench, though Grenadiers coming in, cancelling trench eventually.
Target secure.
It's rather defensive, but success in capturing his very fuel, of course. Jhiaxus with the VP control. And we've NiteNite in the middle. Going to get another VP in here for the team. And NiteNite yet again with the early mining. Really lovely to see that one. Yes, will come in, though it's the double section, so great. I have to fall back and I see the red cover in the water, so indeed Pioneers here having a tough time pushing into that unit. Sections coming in, though finding straight away
Command vehicle has gone static.
the landmine already within 3 minutes. Axis with the attempted flank. But it's already very aware, sending in also the next grenadier, but yes, indeed, that will be on his way back to his base. So that's a good start here for Aljosa. Saltman is not doing too bad, of course. Also facing 1 unit less in terms of the conscript. Previously sent to the middle instead. That's fair enough. Holding his side. And yeah, might now also just come back for the ammunition here of the allies, possibly, or not, I'm not sure. Maybe he's just gonna play rather defensive for now. Instead, NiteNite will be coming in for the middle. There's also actually the Flamer UC. And there's the GLI as well. Just wanna bring Raketten. It's gonna fall back. Actually, of course, here healing and not losing too much manpower. Saltman will try to get that ammunition eventually. Axis outnumbered, so on his way back to the base. And here 3 models. This 222 will be coming in already in 6 minutes, so that's quite decent as well. Gonna fall back. MG's ready. Yeah, there's already lots of trenches here for Aljosa. Being his side, but NiteNite will just toss in another barrier of mines as tool to defend, I guess. So yeah, both sides being quite locked down, and we have the advantage here in terms of the ammunition for the allies, of course. So that can be very handy as well, and there will be, or yet again, even earlier mortar pits. It's just trying to flank here, but being able to do so. You see, gets snared, falling back now quite late, and great Saltman will be able to take that one out. Yes, he does. There goes Lucy. It's a pretty nice comeback here for NiteNite, provided by his teammate. The initiative of this very well timed 2-2. And 42 just finds himself another conscript. It is fully up already. Might be losing here. This Grenadier doesn't. That scenario wasn't really that necessary in the end. Yeah, we will have a leak straight away. Makes sense here. Having to deal with the trenches. And I guess Jhiaxus will bring in the AA. Yes, he does. Now also Aljosa with some mining. It's gonna be decapped. Next still with a little bit of a disadvantage here with the VP count, but it's very even. Yes, in the end, it's more about, let's say, ammunition here. They are behind, so I guess it will be able to get back into his hands now. Yeah. Just gonna take in yet again middle VP, I guess.
Point.
And yeah, now I guess NiteNite with the trench for his VP. Well, there is mortar barrage already, but somewhat missing the target. And yeah, it's gonna fall back already. And we'll be coming in yet again for the middle, also with the leak. I guess it's gonna be the barrage for the mortar pit. It looked like maybe that's a shared heal, was supposed to be like that. A little bit too far off here actually from NiteNite's base. I'm not really coming in, so I need some additional micromanagement. Jhiaxus is not really in the capping zone, I'm afraid.
The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
We should be getting his hands back on the middle as well. Looking a lot better for Aljosa this match. Peek with barrage here for the trench. Might just need another leak, I'm afraid, with all of those structures here. Two decent kills at least. And we have Jhiaxus as well. Will be the counter barrage from the mortar pit. X is really with the VP bleed already. There's the 120 as well. Yeah, so they're just really putting in his timing now. A rather early 120. trying to heal, but being too far off from this tier 1. It's gonna be a rather offensive line here for Aljosa, but it's being spotted by NiteNite in the end. So it will be coming in for the middle, I guess. And there is, yes, Jhiaxus coming up. Second league for NiteNite yet, but the over is coming in. This is barrage at the Grants, saying Saltman to fall back. Two is prepared. And we need to lay down these trenches, I guess. And it's Fox already down, I guess. For NiteNite. Scroll attack. Almost killing the AA. Well, he's quite in danger. It's quite scary here, this with the Schwer, so I guess Fox won't be able to steal that pack 40 here in the end, but yeah, not looking good VP wise for the Iron Eagles. Yes, Bobers are quite into it after losing the game 2. They wanna get in another win now. They're making some mistakes. The last match. With a map of their choice in the end. Trying hard to get himself an EP, but without success. So does NiteNite. He's gonna come in the MG42 and see delayed fuels from the 120, of course. It's still struggling with the trench here, I guess. But oh, quite the shot here. Was finishing off that section. It's very late. Perfect grenade. T-34 is out already, so is the P4 for Saltman. And for NiteNite, quite early armored unit as well. And yeah, Aljosa will be going for the combat, of course.
Enemy down to 200 points.
I guess P4 is gonna be the unit getting access yet again. Saltman. Who is? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah. Providing some nice sight here for the Axis. He's coming in with the flank, so I guess it's decided rather for NiteNite to play the middle here. Coming in, his gun not really directing over there, now setting up. Get the crude here. It's getting though really dangerous. But 44 with the loss. Or actually 2-2 could maybe even finish off. Unit, no. Finish off the 2-2 though. An attack. It's the T-34. So that's just the comeback Saltman needed here to finish off that precious medium armor here from Jhiaxus, I guess. But yeah, EP wise, they're already quite low, so gotta keep the control here over his VP. And with some rather deep dive here, of course. Back into the base, gonna take a while for him as well to get his units back on feet here. Time. NiteNite with 2 obers already. But I guess maybe somewhat lacking the ammo for the upgrade. Now he got it. Yeah, Axis with some serious ammo issues. Meantime, the allies really floating with that one. This shot from NiteNite finishing off that conscript from Jhiaxus, who's not really paying attention to his unit being assaulted here. It's not really gonna make it easier for him versus Saltman. Just very previously, just losing his T-34 as well, and there's though the combat now at 19th minute. We're dealing with NiteNite's P4. And there's also double 6-pounder, so I was very well prepared here for the P4, I guess. Finishing off that Pioneer, so that's very misfortune here on the retreat. The double this gun is ready. Yeah, 2-2 with the side, the rear. Yeah, that there's the assist though. Also, and with the double Raketen. It's the new Pioneer out. Now this is revealed. There's the smoke from Jhiaxus and another T-34. The 80 Overwatch. And ready very soon. Actually, somewhat struggling. Dissection, I guess. Saltman is just gonna come in behind Jhiaxus here. Pretty scary. So that's the P4. He also with the barrage here, 4120. But I guess NiteNite will be here, help out the deep dive. And there is the double pack 40 with the bounce as well, but 34 is it's gonna be safe though. I'm afraid. Oh, there's not the silence, even though there's no vision, so I guess both medium armor actually dies based on that one. That's quite poor. for the access here. It's Overwatch really paying off for the allies. Yeah, that could be the play of the game here. And there goes the Vickers in the end. Goes with the double Raketten. But not really lacking any manpower for getting in a Panther. And Saltman still with no doctoring at all. Jhiaxus is just gonna bring in the very next T-34. Well, Saltman with the tech.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. The enemy has 75 points remaining. You appear suited for command.
And yeah, Axis very struggling with the VPs. But NiteNite will get here eventually his side of the map again. Stop the VP bleed. And also Saltman getting in one VP. Was coming in for the 6-pounders, but being quite deep. It's gonna be bomb grenade. Yeah. Just gonna make it out in time though. There's the smoke. So I'm afraid Jhiaxus will be able to cap the VP once more. NiteNite, somewhat, I guess, the resources for a Panther now. It's all quite low on manpower. There will be the Boomba for Saltman. Yeah, it's just 50 VPs here for the Axis. The 42 also gets decrewed. 2 falls here, just driving into the doubles is. Was coming in again, and I guess that's game already here. Probably one player surrender, I'm not sure. I guess the playback is over. So I assume the BOBER team taking in the next win here as the allies on high fence, I'd say. It's quite interesting, but yeah, it seems to be not be continued here, I guess. Has someone dropped? It's possible. Or desync. See. Yeah. 20 doing, I guess, a great job for Jhiaxus. I guess you know the game, someone with the AA. Which I guess it's pretty much the mortar pit, double combat. Section's doing well as well with the trenches early on. And they're really struggling with the trenches even though having JLI, I guess. It's the very one leak here for dealing with that, I'm afraid, not being enough in the end. Let's say. Very low at the VPs. Probably not able to even capture them back here. And say Jhiaxus with the conscript with a very decent KD as well versus the Osttail. So does Aljosa versus many obers in the JLI. The army value wise. Yes, Aljosa actually behind somewhat, but for a moment with the P4 somewhat, I guess, not making it back into the game, but then is the Comet and the 80 Overwatch, and Axis sort of losing here the grip upon the match, and the Allies just making it ahead in terms of the army value. X really struggling from that moment onwards to get back into the match, I'd say. Okay, so it's the Iron Eagles from the top side now, with Scoped and NiteNite both as the Soviets.
We are now able to intercept and decode
Going,
German
it seems,
radio
for
transmissions.
conscripts. In the meantime, there will be Aljosa and Jhiaxus as the Axis, Team Bobers. Aljosa bring in the Cubus straight away, and Jhiaxus with the MG42.
A Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
Yes. We will help, I guess, greatly with capping for now. There is as well here follow-up Fox ideas. NiteNite with IS-2, 85 Doctrine, interesting, and there will be airborne troop tactics for scoped. Okay. The heavy Dushka. So no 120 for the double Soviets, that's interesting. See. Not being too fond, I guess, of that unit, maybe. Let's go to some wiring as well. Axis far, not really sure about the doctrinal choice, of course. Leaving all options open here. And you will have a surprising engagement here around the corner. It's going to be, I guess, coming in here for the cutoff, but Prince are also coming in. It's not gonna work out, I'm afraid, for him. Jhiaxus is just gonna get himself the house, which of course provides some great sight here for him. It's the way of the engineer here, so I guess he's gonna try to decap that. He's still going in here, it seems so. Possibly win that engagement. Scope the NiteNite heavy in the center here, pushing. Yeah, Pioneer is gonna successfully decap, and 42 is gonna follow up. Finding that the conscript, though the cons are already coming in from behind, I guess. So yeah, the Axis with a good start overall.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And 42 sort of gets caught here somewhat, but now the Grants are coming in. A few kills so far. Not really with the damage, but with the strategic impact, I guess. Yeah, so far no tacking from the allies. It's gonna be elite armor for Aljosa, I guess. And wanna bring in, yeah, 221 is already in, I guess. That's gonna be the tier 1 for NiteNite.
They're trying to envelop us.
Put it to for the fuel here from the allies as well. But 2-1 is behind NiteNite. That's quite annoying, I guess, for him.
The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
One definitely with some impact here. Not looking too well for the allies. There's the engineer with the flamethrower, so it's gonna be secured yet again. Straight away the next tag for NiteNite. Scope might be waiting, I guess, for CPs. The Gran going down here. For Jhiaxus, I guess. So it would be, yeah, that is indeed. Nice finish here. For Scout, but 2-2 is ready as well. No snares yet. Somewhat lacking the ammunition for any light vehicle. And also the fuel, I guess. It's gonna be, I guess, another con. Scoped, lost one, I guess. He's falling back here, so that's about even yet again in terms of infantry, with Jhiaxus and Scoped facing each other off. And there is as well the heavy Dushka and SVT cons. And going for the middle. Get everyone VP here for the allies. People here with the map control for the VP side. But the A will be coming in, I guess. We'll be able to finish off the Kubel here, yes. It's fortunate loss, I guess, for Aljosa. He still has 2 to 3, of course. But yeah, there's definitely a huge resource disadvantage already for the allies in terms of the fuel. Let's actually make it out alive here. Just barely, but very alive in the end. There's the Zis gun as well from Scoped. Landmines again from NiteNite. He is in the middle for the next VP. NiteNite very well contesting that. 42 might lose that engagement.
We are as ready as we can be.
And I'm afraid Axe is gonna get out. Medium armor very soon here. The allies will struggle, I'm afraid, to get in any armor at all in this match.
to call in artillery fire.
Just setting up. Connecting a shot here to the AA. The scope made it now back into side of the map. I just focus, yeah. Hit again. Finishing off another unit. It's good. Also NiteNite with the decap of the fuel for at least a brief moment, but yeah. I'm afraid it's gonna be a long way here for balancing back the resource advantage, which quite exists already for the Axis, of course. But yeah, VP wise, they are so far overall fine enough. Getting in, I guess, for the first time, the triple VP lead here. Like actually connects a shot to the AA. And there will be another heavy Dushka. For scoped. It's gonna be another BOBER for Aljosa. Floating some manpower, I guess. No lacking, at least some, like I'd say 4 DP4. But yeah, timing wise, doing very well anyways. Now losing some VPs, but obviously the allies here far behind that for now. Scope with no tech yet at all. We just get in, I guess, the tier 3. Go for the stronger conscripts, but might be also just happy with the SVT cons, I guess. Yep, coming up as well. Seems ready, you know. NiteNite in the middle to keep it control here. A very 1 VP at least. Oh. Okay, in danger. Gonna get snared. It's gonna turn around, but the ground attack, you're missing the target. BOBER dies here from Aljosa being, I guess, too focused. Killing the AA, so it's gonna be somewhat of a trade here in the end. Jhiaxus paying the attention, finishing off the AA here for NiteNite. Yes, the scope is just tacking up now. It's dropping, I guess, another MG or upgrade for the cons. I guess an MG. Oh. The weapon grade. Just maybe he wants to make another conscript. Or it's gonna be for NiteNite possibly as well. I don't know. Could be. That's possible. When he would have dropped it in his base, I assume. NiteNite gets in the final tier. But yeah, allies now is below 300 VPs. That's a P4 for Aljosa. Actually quite late for the resource advantage. Would have been a minute earlier, like very least. Let's flank it though from scoped at the MG. Yeah, Scope's still lacking the final attack, but actually have few wise T-34 already. Of course not manpower wise, but yeah. It's gonna be necessary, but instead he's gonna get himself in the assist gun for now. We have Jhiaxus spearhead with the mortar half track. Also not calling in any further armor. Need to tag as well yet for the final tier. Lacking somewhat also the manpower. Getting himself something. Is this ready? Yeah, there's no armor here, but the P4 from Aljosa. I guess. And it's gonna bring in soon 7-man cons, I guess. This is Barrage, but BOBER's gonna be alive. It's gonna be as well the coordinated barrage. Sims on the run. Engineer's gonna die here, I'm afraid. From NiteNite. We're going in deep here with some ground attacking. And making it out without any damage. It's gonna be coming in, I guess, yet again with a flank. Oh, he got himself the tier and the T-34. NiteNite is probably going for the 85. No, T-70 of course. So somewhat getting it sooner out than actually in game 1. So that's handy. I guess the T-70 might have been useful as well in this match. For something. Yeah, decent flank here from the SVT cons on the Grenadiers. And there's the Brumba now for Jhiaxus, so it's gonna be tank versus a tank. And 85's coming in as well. We sure with yet again lots of fuel, but go Panther, I guess, or maybe we'll see the mighty Boom Tiger. And there's the deep flank from Aljosa. I just finish off a unit here, but it's indeed another heavy Dushka saved today. This is ready. And for some reason with no 7-man cons at all. Very strange. Does indeed have the ammo, but maybe he wants the Sturmovik attacks versus the infantry for some big attack. Yeah, this ally is somewhat with comeback, though still struggling, I guess. And T-34 is gone. Double pack 40 with the successful connections here overall. These guns are being far back, and there will be another Zis for NiteNite. Yes, that's another blow
Tank gun
here
is ready for action.
for the Iron Eagles as the allies. Using bad armor. Numbers fire with 4 kills, it's not too bad. Also has the mortar half track. Quite the hit as well. These guns. Wow. It's coming in. It's gonna live very well.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
And it's gonna be another T-34 from Scoped. The allies now slowly beneath 200 VPs already. It's trying to deal here with the leak, but obviously there's the P4. It's gonna be the Sturmwegs, I guess. Sing back. In Raketten here. But track finish of the drop here for the OKW. And also when this gun is lost in the middle for NiteNite, that's not looking good. Now P4 will be diving. The single left this gun here. NiteNite somewhat needs another tank. Almost got the fuel for another T-34, I guess. Yeah, losing one doesn't really help. Was very behind here. Often realizing they are just next to each other. Coming in, there's the Teller mine here. There. Scoped is gonna clear it in the end. Coming just in time, I guess. These allies they will have at 1 VP. Stop the tremendous, very fast VP bleed.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
And Jhiaxus with the MG bunker. Trying to repair, but to this guns it's a bit too much, though there will be the frag bombs now. Could be quite painful. Actually this is alive somehow. It's interesting. There's the next 85 coming in. P4 with the straight penetration. This gun's to recruit here somewhat by the merge. But as this is falling back. Let's go bring in the caddy. Would be a good choice here for dealing with a lot of infantry support weapons. Very concentrated on the very one side of the map. It's having a lot of units like close to each other around, I guess. Yeah, there's this barrage trying to find, I guess, whatever unit it is with the decap. And yes, it is indeed Jhiaxus here from Aljosa. There will be full up caddy barrage. Oh, it seems Jhiaxus is indeed gonna live. Very barely, but it does indeed. And now we have again coordinate barrage. Aljosa though, there's a snare from behind. Conscript leaving here the VP for the snare, but well, we have the KT. And yeah, make rocket run also being used here on the other side. He will come in for the middle. Or not, I guess. Allies Suno beneath 100 DPs, I'm afraid. And they will meet the KT. It's kind of an odd match here. You will make use here of the emergency repairs instead. And continue ending the game here. Capping the VP, obviously. Gets spotted here with the potential flank. Yeah, almost wiped. Brush coming in, not decent this time, but it's gonna be Aljosa with the dive here, missing the shot though. Getting it with the second one in the end. Not really realizing in time. And in the meantime also, I'm afraid, NiteNite with the loss of his 85. Oh, we have at least one T-34 here. The rear armor pans on the P4. Is it gonna be enough? It's not gonna be enough to finish off the P4. It is actually in the end with the Zis gun, but yeah. It's another eye for an eye, I guess, and also, I'm afraid, double Zis being lost here for NiteNite as well. So is, I'm afraid, the Maxim being quite low on units. The Sturmovic's are in, but it's also over. But actually, BOBER might be struggling now here, not falling back too soon. Is the double Sis coming in as well? Or is the bunker busting as well? But all the rockets are not able to finish off the BOBER, it seems. But the Zis gun is so in the end. So I guess that's a decent kill for Scoped. BOBER has been the main tool here for Jhiaxus, for dealing indeed with the infantry, though I guess you will just toss in another BOBER here. But obviously the veterancy is lost, so that's quite something. And it's ready, it's gonna go for the greedy cap here, I guess. And now they're about to fall back. Yosha really wants to end this game right now. Investing everything he got. But no, I'm not gonna send in his engineers.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
And it's another unit down here, I'm afraid.
We are down to our last
Full
25
scoped.
points.
Might not be able to decap this even at all.
More of our troops have been lost.
Yes.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
We'll have T-34 for NiteNite, it seems. And there's still the Inch 42 round. And there's another coordinated barrage. It exists, so I'm afraid this is gonna die here as well. I think that's game.
We have only 10
Jhiaxus
points
with the
remaining.
triple VP cap yet again, so it's gonna be the BOBERs in the grand finals as the first team here in the tier 2 bracket. Congrats for that. And we will see, I guess, the Iron Eagles. Hopefully yet again for the third place playoff in the lower bracket. Also with another chance to make it back into the grand finals, I guess. And let's have a look here at the unit stats, I'd say. Yeah, lots of kills here for the Grenadiers, obviously, versus the Conscripts. 2-2 with a decent job as well. Yeah, I guess there's not too much to tell here about the Panther and the freshly built Rumba. In return, Aljosa though with some serious casualties overall. Bring in some units, though so does NiteNite, I'm afraid. So in the end, still having somewhat the edge here over NiteNite, obviously, with just one ton being left in the very end. And yeah, then we have obviously scoped here with also not too many units left, just trying to bring in another T-34 here in the very end, but great, it's too late and the VPs are indeed gone. And yeah, overall, yes, you can see decent KD for both the Axis, presenting also quite well the game here overall. From the graphs, like, Axis just very straight ahead here with yeah, their strategy and match plan, I guess, as the Axis. Being early on ahead and stay ahead, wiping some units, getting out, obviously very early their medium tanks with the resource advantage, and in return then Iron Eagles as the allies with some critical losses mid-game, while Axis not losing anything at all, and thus like being too far behind, I guess, and losing the match. As you can see, the game not going too well for the allies here, really struggling with the points being held, plus very behind in terms of the resources as well. The end getting somewhat back into the match. They're too late, not being able to make it, also of course losing some critical units indeed overall, so